Whether you're walking a Heartland Pioneer, let's start in the back. You're pre-wired for a backup camera. This does not have a backup camera, but you're pre-wired for one. If you want one, make sure you let somebody know. Try to get it installed. It does use power from those marker lights up there, so the running lights on your tow vehicle need to be on for the backup camera to work. Rear ramp, super easy to lower. Just undo that. Do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of grab it and walk it down. See, I did it all one-handed. Very simple to do. Cable inlet. So if you're going somewhere that provides cable, you can hook up cable through here. Freshwater fill. This is where you fill your onboard fresh tank. So you're able to run, you don't have to run your pump, but you're able to fill it up with water. That way if you're going somewhere that doesn't provide water, you can have your own source of water. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip because you don't want it sitting half full of water. That water will start to get stagnant, so there's your drains over it. It's going to be the long one with the extension on the end. That's your drain foot. The other two are your low point drains. Black tank flush. So when you're draining your black tank, you can hook your hose up to here. Turn it on, there's a small nozzle in there. It'll kind of help flush everything out. Furnace exhaust, just make sure you keep it clean. Clear any debris you see out of there. They do make screens for those. They don't recommend you run them with the screen on, but as far as like transporting in this unit and storing it, it's going to keep road debris from building up in there. It's going to keep insects from building nests in there. Shore cord, it's your shore cord. Just twist it on. You can even tighten this up a little bit more to make it secure. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's a 30 amp shore cord, 25-30 feet long. It'll be in one of your compartments when you receive this unit. Fridge vent for airflow for your fridge. Just keep it clean back in here. Every once in a while, I do recommend taking the whole thing off and cleaning back there as well. If you're going to use your fan on your range hood, you have this little flap right here. It's kind of hard to see. See it? You want to make sure it's open, but when I travel, close it so it's not flapping around, and I close it overnight so I don't have insects going in there. That's what I do with ours. Wastewater. One on your left is your gray tank, so like shower and sink water. The one on your right is your sewer connection, black tank. That's going to be your toilet water. Definitely recommend dumping your black tank first, letting that get all drained out, and then doing your gray tank so that it can flush your hose out when you pick up to move your hose, it's not dripping in black tank water. City water connection. This is where you're going to hook your hose up to if where you're going provides water. Then you won't need to use your water pump or anything like that. You'll be running off of city water pressure. Right below that, hot and cold out there too as well. Water heater is super simple to use. The only thing you folks, well, if you don't drop it like I do, the only thing you folks will have to do is put your plug in to there, get it started by hand, and then 15/16 is the socket size if you want to use a socket and a wrench. They do make a special wrench for it if you want to use that too. Once you get that plug in, turn on any source of water. It's automatically going to fill with water, whether it be from your city or from your pump via your fresh tank. Then you'll be able to kick it on. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip, just like your fresh water, because you don't want water sitting in there for a while. Shut off all sources of water. Open this up like that. Water will squirt out of here. That's fine. Once it stops squirting out, snap it closed. Then you can take the plug out. If you neglect to relieve the pressure here, you're going to relieve it there, and you're going to get wet. So relieve the pressure there. It's more controlled. And then I definitely recommend cleaning in here and in here quite often. Battery up front, Group 24 RV marine grade battery. Winter, I definitely recommend taking the battery completely out, storing it somewhere a lot warmer than being sat in a cold garage, basement, shed, anything like that. And if it's going to be a long time between trips, definitely recommend disconnecting the negative lead off of your battery. That's going to keep anything from using your battery while you're away. Dual 20-pound cylinders, freshly filled, so you don't have to worry about that. Got an automatic changeover regulator here, so it's pulling into this tank. It's going to pull from this one first. If this tank were to be on, so if you had both tanks on, then this tank were to get emptied. A little diaphragm in here will open up, causing it to switch to this tank. However, this doesn't rotate by itself, indicating it has switched. So you don't have any way of knowing it's switched. So just keep that in the back of your mind. What I do is I have one tank on, I'll leave the other one off. I'll have this pointing to here, so I know I'm off of this tank. If I'm cooking and the burner's shut off, or the propane, or the furnace shuts off, I know I'm out of propane. I'll physically come out here, I'll turn this tank off, I'll flip this over, and I'll turn this one on. That way I know I'm on this tank. And then some people put this in the middle thinking it's going to pull from both tanks equally. It doesn't work that way. It's one or the other. Got a light for your tongue jack, as well as it being a power tongue jack. Beats hand cranking every day of the week. 7-way. Plug it into the back of your truck. That's what allows the trailer lights and the brakes to work. Chains, obviously cross them. Breakaway, this will get hooked up to your truck too. This is hooked to the pin in this box, so if it were to get unhooked from your truck, somehow uncoupled from your hitch or whatnot, it'll pull the pin in that box, activate the brakes on the trailer. This is the compartment where you will find your short cord. You have a few of the things. You have backup cranks. One of them will be for your tongue jack. The other one will be for your stabilizer jacks. Then you have a magnetic netting, which you can hang up on the back over there. Stabilizer jacks are for stabilizing, not for leveling. You can see one will go hit the ground, stop, the other one will go hit the ground, and they'll both push up equally, and then you're good. That's all you want to do. They're not for leveling your unit. They're not meant to handle picking up the weight of the trailer. If you want your camper to be level, you use your tongue jack to get it level front to back, and then you can snug these down to kind of get all the shake and shimmy out of it. Outdoor power, GFCI protected. All your GFCI outlets are on the same circuit, so if one's going to trip, they're all going to trip. You have a cable outlet here, so if you wanted to have like a small table out here, you can set up a TV outside if you wanted, which is cool. That's an outlet. The other one on the other side was an inlet. Other stabilizer jack works the same way as the other ones. That's pretty much it for the outside. We can kind of go in on the inside. Alright, now we're on the inside. We'll start right here. You have your controls for your awning right here. It says awning. Oop. Go out. It does not automatically stop when it goes out. You have to physically stop it yourself by letting off the switch. But I'll show you what it looks like when it's all the way out. That's what it looks like when it's all the way out. They are adjustable. You can just read the instructions there. You pull this, push these pins in. There's one on either side. Grab the large part of the arm, pull it in or out, and that can raise and lower the corner. So you can pitch the corner off. So you can, if it's raining, you can have water run off to the corner rather than all the way along the edge. Or if it's sunny, you can do both ends and make it a little bit lower to keep the sun out of your eye. Make sure before you roll them up, you put them back both to both arms are on the same one. Adjusted the same way. If it starts getting real windy, roll your awning up. Real rainy, roll it up. If you roll it in wet, as soon as you get the chance to, roll it back out, let it dry off. You don't want it holding moisture. Right below that is you're pre-wired for a Wi-Fi extender. It doesn't have it on the roof yet. That's just something you have to pay for, but it's pre-wired for one. Switch on the left does awning lights. I don't know if you saw that. Let's see it again. Switch on the right does interior lights. Right to the left, right of the entry door, when you walk into your right, you got a radio, as you're following me live. Select your channels through here. Presets down here, mode selection, so you can Bluetooth it. Select your Bluetooth mode, or there's an auxiliary port, so you can do auxiliary and Bluetooth right, USB right there. You have right here it says band, so you can select between all your FMs and AMs. And this one's mute, but if you push and hold band, turns the inside speakers off. Now it's just the outdoor speakers. And then that works vice versa. You can have just the inside ones on and just the outside ones off. Or you can have them both on. Yeah, radio is very simple to use. Right below that, USB ports for like charging your phone and whatnot. Right below this down there, propane and CO2 alarm. It's hardwired to the 12-volt system, so there's no batteries you have to worry about changing. Breaker box, all your breakers for your 120-volt appliances, all your fuses for your 12-volt. Definitely recommend not investing, but getting you a thing of spare fuses. Here, a spot for a TV. This is where you would hook your TV up here. A power for your TV, and then your light switch up there does do blue LEDs inside your speakers. So this section is like your eating area. You can turn it into a bed area. You can eliminate these kind of these side cushions right here. Set them aside if you wanted to, or have it like this for like a dinette bench, because you can easily sleep 2 people on these. Now it's a little difficult to show while I'm filming and everyone is really busy, so I'll try my best to explain it. To get rid of this table, you just pick it up, pop them legs off, set them aside. I would put them in any like storage area you have that they will fit in. Lean your table up somewhere, and then all these do is you can literally just pick these up. You pick them up and fold them up, and then there'll be straps that get hooked to those right here. And when you receive this trailer, they will be in the up position, just to let you guys know. And it's very easy to unclip them. You just literally unclip them from here and fold it down. There's legs that you have to unfold too. But this is like the eating position. If you want to haul your toys, that's why they call it a toy hauler. You want it in the up position so you can fit your stuff in here. And then you have tie downs up in here, and I think a few more in the back over there. Microwave looks like a standard household microwave, only going to work if you're plugged in. A light, another fan here. Folding glass cooktop, fold up and back. All you gotta do is turn this knob to this little, it's facing light. Twist your sparker, she'll light right up. Now the gas is off now. It won't light right now. The gas off. All 3 burners work the same. Your oven works a little bit differently. You turn that to pilot, push and hold. Turn that off for now. As you're pushing and holding it on pilot, get you like a long barbecue lighter, and you're trying to light that pilot. You have to manually light that pilot. It doesn't work off the sparker. Once the pilot is lit, you can then turn it on to your desired temperature. If you know you're going to cook in a few hours, if you turn it off to pilot on instead of all the way off, shuts your burners off, leaves the pilot on that way. All you have to do is turn it again, get it back going. Definitely recommend turning it completely off before you go to bed, because you don't want a lit pilot unattended overnight, or if you're going to leave the trailer for any extended period of time, turn that pilot off. Fridge, super simple. You have on or off, auto, gas. I recommend just leaving on auto. Auto is going to default to 110, so if you're plugged in, that's what it's going to use. But if the campground will lose power, someone would accidentally unplug you, whatnot, this is going to automatically switch to running off for propane. Now, unlike your fridge at home, these work a little bit differently. This is going to take about 8 to 10 hours to get to its operating temperature, so keep that in mind. To the right of that, thermostat. Tap it, it'll ask what fan node you want, auto, high, or low. Definitely recommend just leaving it on auto. Auto is going to allow your AC and furnace to cycle on and off at its set temperature. So let's say you had it set to 65. Once it reaches 65 degrees, it'll shut off, and then as it starts warming back up again, here and again, it'll cycle back on, and then allow it to kind of regulate the temperature. If you just had it on high, the reason I don't recommend running on high or low is it's once it reaches its temperature, it's going to continue to run. And the problem with that is if it's like super hot out or humid, or even if it's just normal hot out, running the AC for an extended period of time can cause it to freeze up. Then you have to wait for it to thaw out before you can run it again, because once it freezes up, it shuts itself off. Tap it. That's your AC. Tap it again. That's your furnace. Tap it again. That's off. Little tidbit of advice with these. They can be a little finicky. If you accidentally hit up and down at the same time, don't worry, you've just switched it to Celsius. All you gotta do is hit up and down again to go back to Fahrenheit. Right here, smoke alarm uses your standard 9-volt battery, so when those start giving you low voltage chirps, replace the battery. An LP alarm, like I was saying, is hardwired to the 12-volt system, so the only time it'll give low voltage chirps is if the battery up front, the main battery I was showing you, if that were to start to die. And we'll kind of come into the bathroom. Here you got your main resetting GFCI. If any of your GFCIs would have tripped, this is the outlet you hit reset on. You can monitoring panel right here. You can do water pump, turn on and off your water pump from here. Water heater on gas, water heater on electric. You can run gas and electric at the same time. If you are going to run electric, whether it's with gas or by itself, make sure there is water in your water heater, or else you're going to toast the heating element. Then you can read battery. Battery is always going to read full when you're plugged in, fresh, black, and gray. Then you have light switch for the bathroom in here. This one is for your fan, right over there. Just make sure you actually open the fan. Toilet, super simple. As long as you're pushing this pedal, it's going to continue to flush. So if I stood here holding it down for 5 minutes, she's going to flush for 5 minutes. Shower door, when you travel, you want it like that, so this door doesn't swing open on you. But unlatch it, pull it open, come up in there. You got hot and cold in here. Removable shower head for those hard to reach spaces. That's pretty much it for the bathroom. We'll come into the bedroom. You have an outlet on either side. That is a blank outlet cover. That's for wiring for the awning, I believe. Yep, because the awning is right out there. Bedroom door just slides, so rotate this. Pull this off. And you just slide it. There you go. It doesn't lock closed or anything like that. You just slide it open again. Make sure before you travel, you lock this. Keep this door from banging all over the place. Light switch for the lights in here. Emergency exit window, very simple to use. Lift up, rotate, push out. You can have it set like that for a window, regular window for airflow. If you need to escape, push all the way out, grab the screen here, pull it out, and jump out the window. There we go. Do have a spot for TV here, so if you want to mount it on the walls, feel for a backer. Sounds solid here. If you're going to do it on this wall, feel for a stud. Sounds pretty solid here. If you're going to do it on this wall, make sure your screws aren't too long, because if you screw a screw through the outside of the camper, that's not warranty, that's customer damage. Outlet for a TV, coax outlet, so this is where you plug your coax cable into. If you're going to use antenna, make sure that's on. If you're plugged in through cable, turn that off. We'll leave it on for now. Then you do have a light above your bed, as well as storage under your bed as well. Alright, let's kind of squeeze my way back through here. Just kind of give you one last little look around. Well, that concludes your virtual tour, video walkthrough of your Heartland Pioneer toy hauler. Hope you folks enjoy using this trailer. Hope you folks get a lot of use out of it, and I hope you guys found this video informative. All right, goodbye.